dear Peter Obi, assuming the agreement in the coalition is for you to serve one term and hand over to the North, would you be ready to return to power later or take this arrangement? I'm sorry if this is off the deep end, but assuming the agreement in the coalition is for you to serve one term and hand over to the North, would you be ready to return power later? Please, sir, you can just answer this, and then
Okay.
on the back end, we'll get back to
I'll
you.
I'll be very quick. What I've been lacking in our political space is issue to do with character and integrity. Character is what defines a human being. Integrity is what goes to show that he means well. If you take the arrangement, which is understandably what you can call an unwritten agreement, is that our power will go soft and not. And if that arrangement is to be followed strictly, I didn't put that arrangement, but if you follow it strictly, you will see that anybody, not just me, who happen to come from the South as president in 2027 must be ready to leave on the 28th, not 29th of May 2031. I didn't say 29, 28. And if you know me, I campaign for zoning. I champion zoning in Anambra State. That is one of the reasons today some people felt we must deal with this man. I insisted on it, I maintained it, and I followed it to the letter till the last minute. Until today, I still follow it religiously in that state. Let me assure you, my character and integrity is far more important to me. Just like I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria, if I have opportunity and the agreement is for 2 years, I'll vote for 2 years. In 2 years, I will be able to bring competency, capacity, and compassion into governance. The things are happening today that as president, it will not happen under my watch. So you can take that to the bank and say, I told you so. Not
Thank you very much.
I will be there on 29th of May. 28th.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're supposed to start doing. And that happened in Anambra State.
Thank you very much, sir. My second question for you. Recently, you condemned President Tinubu's trip to St. Lucia. With a little bit of data, as at April 2025, President Tinubu had spent 59 days on 8 trips to France. He has done 20 trips out of the country as at January of 2025. He is currently in St. Lucia after coming back from a holiday in Lagos after another holiday in France. A very simple question for you, sir. How do you balance? You've been very vocal about criticizing Tinubu's foreign trips overseas. The presidency says it's to bolster international relations. How do you balance staying at home in Nigeria, settling your domestic issues, and going overseas? And where do you think the current government is doing it wrong? especially vis-a-vis
Let me
this
tell
current
you.
trip to St. Lucia? Thank you, sir.
Let me tell you, nobody takes you serious internationally, and you can't have a strong international relationship if you do not have strong domestic and a stable government. I've said it before that St. Lucia is a country with a size of 617 square kilometers. 617 square kilometers. Nigerian 10th largest city is Ilorin. Ilorin is 765 square kilometers. So Ilorin is about 25% more in size than St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a country with 180,000 people. 180,000 people. That is the size of the population of St. Lucia. The population, if you take it, if you compare it with the population of most of our capitals, which I've compared in my tweet, you will see that it is about a third, like I said, a third of a city like Minna, or to even bring it closer to Lagos. St. Lucia is 180,000 persons. Ajegunle in Lagos is over 540. So Ajegunle is 3 times more populated than St. Lucia. In terms of economy, you cannot compare. I'm just talking about Ajegunle. So in terms of economy, it is just about probably $2 billion, which is about 1% of our country. So I don't know what the Lagos State alone GDP. I can tell you would be at least 10 times 20 that of St. Lucia. So I do not see what is going to St. Lucia to do in terms of it, if it's going to be attracting or talking about the economy of Nigeria. I can understand if it was going to Indonesia, a country of a size of 230 million people. And we have an economy we need to emulate. As Professor Lewis, renowned Professor Lewis Ojawakosi wrote a book. He wrote Growing Apart. He compared Nigeria and Indonesia. People said, or the people in government said they went there for cultural heritage because most 180,000 people living in Indonesia, in St. Lucia, are supposed to be have a affinity from us. Maybe they were slaves or this or Nigeria. Come on. People are dying here. In the past few years, we probably have lost about St. Lucia in terms of deaths. If we are to go by record release that was denied, but people are dying daily here. I have said, and I keep saying it again, the leaders of Nigeria today should sit down and face Nigeria. Above all, he's going to spend 8 days. He left on Saturday. He's going to spend about a week in St. Lucia. President Tinubu have never spent a night in any of our states except Lagos in 2 years. And you're going to a place that is smaller than the 10 biggest states in Nigeria. All the far away to St. Lucia, when he could not do 20 minutes journey to Mina, to be able to go to Niger State, where we lost over 200 people and over 1,000 missing. It is not about talking about or complaining about holidays, but complaining that this governance requires compassion. That's all we're asking.